The justice system is not designed to only be available to those who can afford it. And we have public defenders in the criminal justice system. In the civil justice system, the only way indigent people or working class people that could not otherwise afford a lawyer can get access and help is through legal services and through lawyers that are willing to devote their services on a pro bono basis.
The work of lawyers is really among what makes this country great. The fact that we live in a country and we have decided as a people that we're going to be governed by the rule of law. And lawyers have this unique expertise and training that others don't, but we cannot monopolize that training and expertise. And so lawyers have to remember that. Access to the courts for all people is what brings the words to life.
I always look at it as my degree gives me a responsibility. I think lawyers should really look at those blessings, the position that we're in, and give back.
For every client that a pro bono attorney helps, they're helping make that system look less mysterious, less unconquerable, and helping make those members of the community feel like they're a part of it and that they can find solutions to their problems.
Why do we go to law school? We go to law school to make a living and to have a profession, but we go to law school, most of us, what we write when we write to the admissions committee is, I want to go to law school because I want to help someone. And so pro bono service reminds us about why we went to law school to begin with.
It's a really big deal to be a lawyer and to have that education and that knowledge and that power. And so when you use it for good and you give of your time freely and you don't get anything in return monetarily, it reminds you of why you became a lawyer. So I think especially for some people who may have jobs they don't completely love or feel passionate about, but it's a good job, then they do something pro bono and all of a sudden it reminds you, oh yeah, this is why it's amazing to be a lawyer, because you get this just warm, fuzzy feeling.
Some of the folks that we deal with, the simplest thing that they need is somebody to sit down and read a document to them and help them understand what is possible in the legal system. It means taking impediments from people to be able to live their lives for themselves, really.
Ultimately, where you might think it's about giving of your time and yourself to someone else, ultimately there's more for you to gain, where you, by taking that case and helping someone who might be in a dire situation, but for having a competent attorney who's willing to go into a courtroom and fight for them, you will find, I actually kind of like this.
The whole system benefits when any pro bono work is done. When the more people that have representation in the courtroom, the more the whole system benefits. The judges notice, they pay attention, and they remember. They will remember, I remember you did a pro bono case as a student or as a young lawyer, and that has an impact on them. And that also helps the lawyer when they're developing their reputation with the court and with other attorneys. That really helps them develop their professional identity too.
Take a case and see how you do with it and see if you like it. You might really like it and you might develop a special kind of expertise, landlord-tenant or domestic problems or whatever. You might develop a unique ability to handle it.
It is good for lawyers to get out of their comfort zone. It is good for a lawyer to meet someone who is challenged and to experience their life. It grounds you, it centers you, it makes you see what people are going through so that we're not just armchair lawyers, we're actually touching people who are going through tough times. And personally, I believe it's an obligation that we have.
A lot of lawyers get really scared about pro bono because they think areas of law that they know nothing about, maybe family law or landlord-tenant, and they think, oh, my practice as a corporate lawyer, I have no idea about those areas. I don't even know what to do if I walk into a courtroom because I've never done that in my practice. And it's terrifying and intimidating at first blush, but truly it's not. When you actually do it, it's not. You learn that there's all these resources available to you.
Any attorney who volunteers will have access to any of the resources that we have within legal services. And that's not just the books and the computer software and the other tools that might be helpful. It's also the vast number of volunteer attorneys who are already doing this work, who want to support any of us who are trying to help the community and help those individuals who are in need.
I encourage all attorneys that are listening to this video to at least take one pro bono case and pair up with another attorney that is knowledgeable in that area or more knowledgeable than you are, and experience the benefits of helping someone who needs you desperately.
Take something small and then build from there. Don't say, oh, I have to take this huge case or nothing. Do what you can, start small, build that confidence, and develop those connections with all the tremendous resources that are at your fingertips, and then slowly you'll get in the habit and realize that it's really fun.
You will find out if you take that one case, I'm gonna tell you the truth, it won't be one. Because you're gonna like it and you're gonna wanna do it again. You're gonna wanna have that feeling that you did something for somebody else who needed it. And your professional skills are of importance to your community.
If you're not sure, do yourself a favor and take one case and see what happens. You might be very happy with it.
Just take one. Just take one case. And I guarantee you, once you take that one case, you're gonna come back and say, I need another one, because you feel good doing it.